Hey everyone, it's Trishna. It's been a little while since I have gone live in this group, but I was inspired and I wanted to share something that I have been experiencing right now, a little bit of magic that I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe it'll help you as well. So my husband and I have started to get into gardening, and we started our own little tiny garden so that we don't get too overwhelmed, we keep it small, and we're able to learn through the process. And of course, when you connect with nature, you have that spiritual connection. And I really feel like this connection is awakening a lot of things in me, a lot of realizations that I've had, but that are like magnifying. And maybe I'll do videos on each one of the things because there's so many things. But today I want to talk to you guys about the 5 elements and how important they are to manifestation and how you might want to think about the things that you were trying to manifest. And we're all going to relate this to my little garden. So, there are many different cultures around the world that work with the elements. And I guess what has really been awakening for me, or my connection that I've most been aligning with, is the 5 elements in Hinduism, which are air, earth, water, fire, and then also ether or space. And these elements are not just about manifesting, and they're not just about the elements. They are prevalent in a lot of different ways. Like the 5 elements are connected to each of the fingers, and you can do different mudras to activate each one of those elements within yourself. There's doshas, and there's a lot more to it. But I want to talk about it with regards to gardening and just how you need all 5 elements in order to nurture something and grow it and manifest it. So when we take this example with regards to gardening, we can think about it in very obvious ways. In order to plant a seed and grow it, you need water through water. You need earth through soil, nutrients, fertilizer. You need fire through sunlight. And you need air through carbon dioxide. And you also need space, if we're going to take that literal term of space, because as a plant grows, you're going to need to give it a bigger pot so that it can continue to grow. And so all 5 elements are involved in the creation process, in the birthing process and the growing process and the manifestation process of a plant. And that is no different than basically anything else in our lives. So I want to take this conversation now to something a little bit more tangible. We're going to talk about love, we're going to talk about relationships, we're going to talk about romance. So think about a romantic relationship. You need all 5 of these elements as well. You obviously need fire, passion, interest, lust, attraction, right? That's what makes us want to act. That's that inner force. It's like, yeah. We need air. We want to make sure that we can communicate with the other person, that there is communication happening, that we connect with the other person, we see them intellectually, that we're interested in them as a person. We need water. We want to make sure that we're emotionally bonded to the person, because if we don't have that emotional bond, then that intellectual conversation or essence is just going to be a friendship, and the lust, the fire, is just going to run out, right? So we need that emotional component as well. We also need earth. Earth is connected to foundation. So we want to make sure that we're putting in the right foundation, the right little actions, the right routine, so that we're building up that foundation of trust, and everything then that we build upon it has a sturdy foundation. So that might be sending a good morning text every day. That might be responding to our partner within a decent amount of time every single day. That might be going on date night very regularly. The little things that really build up that great foundation. Of course, when it comes to marriages, one of the biggest reasons why marriages fail has to do with money. That's also related to earth, to pentacles, income. So making sure that we are taking care of that as well. And then finally, there is space. If we take the literal term as well, you need space in a relationship. If people start getting too close, they start losing their identity. They stop growing. One partner might find the other one too clingy, or vice versa. Space creates that room for the relationship to grow, for longing to happen, for missing each other to occur, so that there's more fire, right? There's more spark. So space is needed for that as well. So think about your relationships. How are your relationships that are doing well going? And do they include a lot of those 5 different elements? In relationships that haven't gone well for you, what was maybe missing? Was there an element that's missing? And think about anything that you're wanting to create in your life, whether it's money or a job or friendship. What is missing, or which ones have everything that you're looking for? And if there are certain things that are missing in a relationship, then how can you add it? If you're in a relationship and you're missing that fire, that passion, start going on date nights. Go back to where you guys first met. If you guys aren't really communicating with each other, maybe you need a little bit more air. Maybe you need to find something where you can both intellectually relate to each other again. If you're missing some water, then maybe you need to find some root connection points, something that really draws you together, a deeper understanding that goes beyond just the surface, so you can have that reconnection. If you feel like you're not really growing, maybe you two need just a little bit more space. Maybe you guys need to find a hobby that you each have that's individual and not connected to the other. I've been talking a lot today. That's not connected to the other, so that you have that space between you two, and then you guys miss each other and you long for each other. And then when you guys see each other again, the spark is reunited. The interest is back. So think about these elements with regards to basically anything that you're wanting to bring into your life. See what's missing. See what's there. See what you need to add in. And you may find that those areas that seem like they're starting to die start to regrow, start to burst forth, start to have new life. So that was the message for today. I hope that it served you in some way. As you guys know, you can work with me one-on-one when it comes to readings, or you can join my Light Course Codes Activation course if you're wanting to connect more deeply with your own soul. We actually have a segment in there that regards elements as well, and knowing which one you're most connected to and how you can bring that more deeply into your own particular life or practice, or into your own particular divine mission here on earth. So I hope this is helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next one.